Hi there, we're Pete and Carol Brett, and we've been Christian workers in Turkey for the last 20 years. We came with our sons Tom and Matt and raised them here, and now they are married to Turkish girls. If you followed us, if you know us, and if you followed our story a little bit, you probably know that over the last few years, the focus of our ministry has changed from doing things in a more traditional church planting way, with a meeting place and inviting people to meetings, to just focusing on making disciples, going out to meet people and making disciples. Well, the purpose of this video is for you to get to know us a little bit better. And we thought a good way of doing this would be to talk about a typical week. How do we fill our week, and what kind of things do we get up to? So Carol, do you want to start?
Yeah. It's really good that Pete said that. Sometimes when we go to England, people say to us, well, what do you actually do? What do you actually do? So this is like a typical week. So for us, our goal is to follow Jesus' commission in Matthew 28, which is to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. So we try to be intentional as possible, that all of our activities actually lead towards this goal. But it's also in John 10:10, Jesus also said, I have come that you may have life and have it to the full. So we also try and have as much fun as possible while we're doing that, because that's really attractive for other people as well, if we have fun while we're on the mission. So what do I actually do? Well, in that Jesus commission, he tells us to make disciples. So for me, what that means is I'm going to be reproducing whatever I am. So it's really important that I'm a disciple. So that for me is the start of my week. So on a typical day, Pete will bring me a cup of tea about 6:30 in the morning. I'm not normally very happy at 6:30 in the morning, but I start with my Bible study then. So that's my own Bible study time, and I like to journal. I like to try to hear from God what he's saying to me, and also process things that are happening. And then during the course of the week, we also have a Discovery Bible study with a group on a Sunday. And then also I do one with Joy, a lady called Joy who goes to your church during the week. So being a disciple for me is really, really important. The first thing that Jesus actually says in that commission is to go. So I have to try and go as much as possible. And the main opportunities I have for going are that I teach piano. I love playing piano and I love teaching. And I have 5 pupils between the ages of 6 and 14. And they're from 3 different households. So I have the opportunity to go into their houses and spend time with kids and drink tea with their mums and chat with their mums as well. So that's a great opportunity for me. The other thing we do during the week, which Pete and I do together, is line dancing. We've been doing this for a number of years. We both learn for ourselves, and also I've had different opportunities in the past to actually teach as well. So that's a wonderful chance to get to meet other people. It's a fun way. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Non-challenging for people in terms of us being Christians. We can just meet them in a social setting, which is great. And then on Friday each week, I have my best friend Zeliha come and cook with me. I absolutely hate cooking, but as you know, Jesus.
She's a very good cook, though.
Jesus used to eat with people all the time, so it's a necessity of life. So Zeliha comes round and we go to the market together. We do the week's shopping, and then we come back and we cook for about 3 hours, so that we've always got plenty of food in the house, both for ourselves and to share with others, and do hospitality as well. So there are other things that we do, like online meetings. Pete's going to say a bit more about that. We visit our sons, and we do a lot of the things that you would do in a typical week as well, spend time with your family and friends and things like that. And we try to make sure that we have a Sabbath each week as well, which is on a Monday for us. So for Pete, that normally means going cycling. For me, I love going walking or just looking around Istanbul, around the different sites and shopping centres and things like that. But we just have a really lovely day together. So that in a nutshell is like a typical week for me.
Okay, so what about me? Well, I've kind of put down a few things. The first thing, as we've already talked about, is discipleship. Carol mentioned that we're part of a group that meets once a week. And that group started in 2018. And really, it's made up mostly of our family members now. There's 7 of us in the group. The good thing is, the amazing thing is that group has now multiplied to more than 14 groups in lots of different cities across Turkey now. And how most of that multiplication happened was through a young Turkish guy called Ali, who was an original member of the group. Basically, how it started to happen was he lives in a different part of Istanbul, and I would go to visit him. And one day I was sitting with him, and in a cafe, and I just said to him, wouldn't it be great if there was a group here that you could be part of, that you could lead? And he took on board this idea, and sometime after that, he was sitting in a similar cafe reading his New Testament in a very open way, and 2 young guys saw him. And these 2 young guys were baptized Turkish believers, but who weren't going to church. And there's loads and loads of people like that in Istanbul. Anyway, they made friends, and then they started inviting their friends to come and meet with them. And very soon, Ali found himself leading a group of 10 to 12 young people. And the multiplication started from then. This group multiplied and multiplied. But at the point when this group started, I made a strategic decision to step back and let Ali be the one who does the work and me just be his coach. So I've never actually joined in with that group or any of these groups. I just I just coach Ali. And what that looks like is I kind of meet with him once a week. I was meeting face to face before coronavirus, but now it's kind of online. And basically I've coached him through the process of kind of raising up leaders, multiplying groups, and dealing with all the problems that he has, and also he's kind of helping him in his personal life as well. And because of the things that have happened, as Carol mentioned, we've been getting invitations from other people to share the things we're learning, and also to coach other people as well. So that's the first thing, discipleship. The second thing is evangelism. Like Carol, I want to obey Jesus' command to go. So I regularly go out to talk to people in our neighborhood. I'm really good friends with a guy called Zafer, who runs the corner shop near us. Recently, and this is really good, I started to share Bible stories with him, and what I'll do is I'll go and visit him. We'll sit down, have a cup of coffee together. We'll talk about the verses that I've been sharing with him. Now, he's a really, really great guy because he's lived in the area for a long, long time, and he knows lots of people. So he's like a reference to me. He introduces me to other people as well, his friends. And this is the way we try to do evangelism, just kind of very, building relationships, friendships, and then reaching out through people like Zafer to their families and their friends. And we're praying that, a group will start in this area through him. Another thing that I like doing is making music. We're a family of musicians. Both of our sons have studios. And over the last month, I've started recording some of my songs with my young son, Matt. And it's been really good because this is a really good way of spending time with him and his wife, Shadar, but also using a talent that God has given me. So the aim is once we've got a few songs mixed and ready and everything, we'll make videos, put them on YouTube, get an Instagram page and see what God does. Never know. The song's in Turkish, by the way. Another thing that I do is English teaching. You may be asking the question, does Pete actually do any proper work? And the answer is, I do.
Yeah, it's not proper work.
It's not proper work, it's part-time work. A couple of days a week I give online English lessons to 3 young students, and this is good because it gives us a little bit of extra income, and it's something I can tell people when they ask me what I do as a job. So, and it's also a great way of getting to know people as well. And also one thing I forgot, I during the week I will go out on my bike. Carol mentioned that as well. I really like cycling. It's a way of kind of doing something different. It's a hobby. It's really good. So that's our week. Those are the kind of things we do. I hope that this has helped you to get to know us a little bit better. And we just want to finish by thanking you all for supporting us and praying for our work here. Keep on praying for us as a family. Pray for our protection and blessing and everything. And pray, most of all, for a disciple-making movement to start here in Turkey, because that's really what we're here for. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.